Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So, as promised, I'll be going live with a lovely ex-police officer from the States, from America. Her name's Clifford, and she'll be joining any minute now. Here she is.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good stuff. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. So, thank you as well for your time. I really appreciate your time today in sharing all your kind of journey from going cop to entrepreneur.
Of course. I love hanging out with cops and I love talking business. Two of my favorite things.
No, good stuff. Thank you. So, I mean, people will probably be joining and exiting the live, so we'll leave it on for those who want to watch. And yeah. So, I think first of all, the first question is, whereabouts are you from? What state in particular? And how did you get into the police service?
Yeah, so I'm from Maine. So I live up right underneath Canada on the East Coast, right above New York City. And so I got into the police force when I was 20 years old. I had an uncle who was a police chief, and I've been in the martial arts since I've been 5 years old. And so what happened was, like, my instructor, he was a police officer, and so I just had these two people who I really like respected and loved, and they were cops. And so I was like, I'm gonna go be a cop.
Okay, awesome. And is there any kind of reason why you wanted to become a cop? Was it like cool, or is anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, so I love being a role model. So I was in the martial arts since I've been 5 years old. I achieved two black belts, which is really cool while I was in there. Um, and I was an instructor as well. And so what I loved was being a role model and being somebody that people could lean on and like look up to. And so, being a police officer, that's just what I felt, right? Is like people typically, look to them to be perfect, or you know what I mean, like a role
Yeah.
model or whatever you want to say. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's why.
Okay. Also, and in the States, I know, we've spoke previously, and the UK police service isn't great at the minute. What are the kind of three core problems that you have in the States?
Yeah, so probably a little similar to you guys as well. So in my opinion, I would say lack of respect is huge right now. You know, we've undergone a lot in our country as far as the citizens against the police, and the administration not backing police officers, in as far as like smaller administrations, right, like our own admins, to big because of like political influences as well, and so what has happened is there really is a lack of respect. I know that in the US, in the last, 6 or 7 days, we've lost like 6 police officers that have been
Wow.
shot in the
What?
line of duty. Yeah.
The last
Yeah.
6 or 7 days from that? Wow. Bloody
It's
hell.
been crazy. It's been unbelievably crazy. And, and so it was actually really interesting, Alex, is I was listening to one of the widows, her like speech when she was at the funeral. That's exactly what she was saying. She was like, we need to bring back a time where we actually respect authority,
Mm.
because right now we're just not, no one's respecting authority, and this shit's happening. So so I'd say a lack of respect is huge right now. I think another problem is the lack of support, right? So that kind of really blends into that. But like when I was touching upon the police administrations, I don't know if is it like that over there? Like and yeah, it's a lot of it's a political influence, but what's happening is shit rolls downhill, right? And so you have guys working the road and afraid to take action, afraid to do anything, because we don't know what the hell's going to happen. Like, are we going to get time off? Are we going to get in trouble? Are we going to get sued? Like, even, crazy things are happening. And so, yeah, I mean, the lack of support's killing us. Is it like that over there?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, it's so similar actually. A lot of officers, they've got it from both sides. So from the public, they're getting shit, but also on the flip side, actually, the organisation doesn't actually support them the way they should.
Yeah.
So.
Hands down, that's the exact same thing over here. It almost feels like, you know, like you're suffocating. Like when I was on the job, it literally felt like I couldn't breathe because it was literally like anything I did on the road, like I was scared and I was like, shit, not scared of like the job, just scared of like, okay, I just made a decision. I just had to go hands on with somebody, and because they were resisting arrest, and like, okay, now what am I going to have to deal with? Right. Or, you know, something, just anything like that. And it was really hard, you know? And then I think that the third thing that's what's going on, which is really why I'm doing what I'm doing, is the lack of morale. Like, I really believe in the brotherhood. Like, that's this huge for me, brother sisterhood. Like, I really believe in that. I was taught by two old school cops. They are the ones who trained me right when I got in, and they like beat it in my head. They were like, listen, nobody's got your back except the guys that you work with. Like, you need to know that, and you need, you know, and so I'm like, okay, right. And I just see, because of the lack of the respect and like the lack of the support, I just really see a lot of, you know, the lack of morale, right? Like, guys are going to work right now. Like when I was going to work, and it was like, fuck, like we all are here. Great. You know, it wasn't like, yeah, well, like we're going to go out and stop some cars and we're going to do police work. Like, that's not what it was.
Yeah, yeah. So
You
it's
know,
a lack of passion in some respects then.
yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. And how did you come about leaving the job?
Yeah, so obviously all of those, everything we just chatted about, was really big influences for me. And I, just like I said, I just really felt like I was suffocating. Like I don't like to be told what to do. A lot of cops are like that. So if any of you guys are watching, you're probably a little bit like me. We're all really type A personalities, right? So we don't like to have anybody put like our thumb on us. And I really felt like that was what was going on, as well as everything I just told you about: lack of support, lack of respect, lack of morale. I'm like, holy shit, it's such a negative, toxic environment. And for me, I got into it, right? So I got into it to be a role model. I got into it to impact people and to help people change their lives. And so when I haven't like really been able to do that because of all these reasons, right? I said, okay, I'm going to go find my own way. I'm going to go find a way for me to impact people, to be a leader in society as well, right? But maybe if I have to do it a different way, so be it. I'm going to go do it a different way, because I can't wake up every day and be scared out of my mind that I messed up or something bad was going to happen, as far as my admin was going to like jump down my throat and I was going to get fired and all this shit, right? Like you can't worry about that. And I was like, I was stressing out all the time over it. And so I was like, you know, screw this. And like I told you, I dove right into MLM, because when you're a police officer, right, and it's all anybody ever tells you is you're just a cop, you can't do anything, you're just a cop, what do you know? Or you tell yourself, I'm just a cop, like what the hell am I gonna do in business, right? And so I was like, all right, I'll just go into MLM. Like, I go into Beachbody and I will teach people how to sell, like, or I will like sell some product, right? Because in my opinion, like in my mind at that time, I was like, well, I don't have any real skills, so I'll just sell a product. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like,
yeah.
It's a really bad mindset, to be honest. And like anybody watching, like if you have that mindset, I want to virtually kick your ass, because I don't want you to have that mindset, because you have so much to offer, you know? And but I didn't. I was afraid. And so for 9 months, that's exactly what I did. Is I just did Beachbody, and it was not what I loved. I hated it. And I did well, but I didn't love it. And so that's when after that is really when I broke through, and I was like, all right, like I'm going to do what I want now. And I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's been really exciting. So
Awesome. And you left MLM for a while, didn't you? Is that right?
yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm out. I don't do it anymore. I did it, like I said, I did it from March, and I did it really passionately from March to March, I think 2015 or 2014. I can't remember the year, but I did it from March to August, and like killed it. Like I was making good money while I was a cop. So like I was busy, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was doing that, and I was building an online presence, really learning the online world through MLM. But I didn't have a clue what the heck, you know. I was like, what am I doing? But it worked. The power of the selfie worked, man. It just did.
Yeah. And what do you think was your biggest frustrations with MLM? Because a lot of, you know, in my kind of experience, my outlook on this is that, you know, actually MLM aren't actually entrepreneurs. You know, they don't own the products, they don't own the intellectual property, and they like to call themselves entrepreneurs. So what was your biggest frustration with, you know, the MLM side of things?
Yeah, so that, right? So I just got done telling you a few minutes ago, like I hated people telling me what to do, right? And I didn't want to become self-employed to fucking have to be in like these regulations and do what these people told me to do and not say that stuff and say the stuff and do what everybody else was doing. Like I'll be honest, I'll be very honest with you. Like I didn't become an online entrepreneur to blend in. I just didn't. Like I don't blend in, and I love that. Whether you like me or you hate me, that's fine. But I'm not going to blend in. And so as an MLM, I just felt like, you know, I got, you know, just too much control. Like and you're right. Like I wasn't really an entrepreneur, but yet again, when we like touch upon that mindset, right? In my head, I was like, well, I'm just a cop, right? Like, what am I going to go do? And so it was kind of like one of those things. It was just easy, you know?
Yeah. No, I completely understand. So what do you currently do in business then? What is it you do right now?
Yeah, so what I focus on sheepdogs, and I'm going to tell you what that is before I go any further. And I have a link for everybody. I'm going to post when we get done this, so everybody can read about it, so they're not like, who is this crazy girl talking about sheepdogs, right? So a sheepdog in our country, so in America, like when you go through the military, you go through the police academy, you get trained and you get told and talked to about this book. It's called On Combat, and it's by Lieutenant Colonel David Grossman, and and he talks about this concept of sheepdogs. And so what that is, just really quickly for all of you, is there are three kinds of people in society. So we have the sheep, who are just normal, everyday, in their own world people. Like those are probably your mom and your dad, or your mom and your aunt and your grandma. Like they don't think everybody's out to get them. Like they're not constantly aware of their surroundings. They're just living day to day, right?
Yeah.
Those are the sheep. That is who we as like sheepdogs we protect, right? And we protect them from the wolf. So the wolf are, you know, the criminals that we put away, you know, the people that are really trying to do harm to society, you know, terrorists, etc. And so the sheepdog, what we do naturally, because if you're a cop, then you're naturally a sheepdog, you protect, right? You serve and you protect, and you're always aware. And so for me, you don't have to be a cop, you don't have to be a first responder, and you don't have to be in the military to be a sheepdog. Like you could even be just in the military, in the martial arts, or you can just be somebody who's like, I stand up for what's right, and I'm going to do the right thing. And so when I talk about sheepdogs, it kind of encompasses all of that, because I'm really all about the people who want to stand up and be a leader, and who want to stand out, and who want to protect people from even just frauds, right? Like I could go on this whole rant, Alex, about how I think sheepdogs, okay, so that's us, everybody watching, should be taking over business, because then we would actually have integrity back in fucking business, and you know what I mean? And then like business would be whole again, in my opinion, because there's so much, as you know, online, there's just so much, no trust, no integrity. People are just taking pictures with like hundreds of dollars of bills, and they're like, oh, I made it, and it's fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's my rant. Sorry, everyone, but you had to hear that so that you can now understand. So what I do is I work with sheepdogs, right? So I focus on them. I focus on teaching them literally what I've done as far as become, stand out as a leader online, and build a social media presence that's impactful, and that's going to change lives. So you can be in business, you might not be in business. I really focus on, you can do it without spending all day, because that's the number one thing, right? As cops, who has time for that? Like, who has time, right? When you're in the job, you're like, I don't have time for this shit, but you do, right?
Yeah.
You do. And you just have to figure out how to leverage it. Once you figure out how to leverage your time, you've got time. I mean, you can literally build a very impactful social media presence in as little as 30 minutes a day. When you first wake up, you've got 10 minutes. Don't hide under the covers so nobody knows that you're awake if you're a family person, right? Get online, do an impactful post, comment, share, right? And then you could do the same thing at lunch and the same thing before you go to bed. And honestly, that's really going to help you get going.
Awesome. And I completely agree with that. A lot of people, we always put these excuses in our mindset and saying we haven't got the time to do something, but we do. It's a matter of priorities, I think. And, if people do want that change, they're going to have to start using the time a bit more correctly. So with regards to your income from the job, what was you earning in the job?
Yeah, so I earned, it really would depend. So base pay over here, so this is American. So base pay, I think I was at like 30,000, 40,000 base pay. That didn't include overtime. So by the time I was done working overtime, I was upwards of 50, 60,000 a year. I'm marrying, my fiance is a state trooper. So, we met in the police academy, which is a really fun story. But the thing is like, we never fucking saw each other because he also has a police canine, which is, I don't know what it's like over there, but our dog, he lives with us. The canine lives with us. And so that's a lot. It's a lot of training, a lot of extra time. Adam gets called out all the time. He's gone all the time. Even when he has days off, they're never really his days off unless we're at a state when they can't call him. And so he would work a ton. I'd work a ton. So I got a lot of good overtime. But what I've been able to do, and I'm really excited about this, I'm very humbled. And I can tell you that it has been a lot of work on my end. But for the last 2 years, I've been able to replace that full-time income with my business income. Wow. And so that has been, like, for me, that's been like the biggest eye opener. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can actually do this, holy shit. And like from our families as well, because, especially everyone listening, like, in my opinion, like if you're starting a business, like you're really like on the tip of this like new thing, like this new age thing where I really believe in the next 5 to 10 years, you're really going to see almost everything become virtual. Everything that can become virtual will. So if you're jumping on now, like you're really ahead of it, and don't worry about people judging you right now, because I'm going to tell you, I got judged so bad by the people that I worked with, by all the cops and other agencies who were like, what the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And then to be able to sit back and be like, you guys, like, I'm fucking making money. Like, I'm making more money than you are. You're working your ass off, and I'm sitting in my office, and I'm making more money than you. Like, what the hell? And, and I'm not all about that either, Alex. Like, I'll be honest, for everybody, like, I want to tell you that because I want to qualify myself so you guys know that I know what I'm talking about. But at the exact same time, like, I really care much more about the impact that I'm making. And I feel really blessed to be able to have replaced my income so that I can continue to do this, if that makes sense.
100%. And I think, a lot of people, when they see, someone who earns a lot of money, they automatically think they got those things by some luck or stuff. But a lot of entrepreneurs always help people. So whether it's Tony Robbins or Richard Branson, they give a service to the world or a market. And with that, they get paid. So, it's quite rightly so. You get paid for the value you give to the world. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying money. I think more people need to become more money conscious, to be honest.
Yeah.
So with regards to your time now as a business owner, what is your time like now compared to when you did the job? Do you have more of it or do you have less of it?
Oh, more of it. I mean, I have a ton more time, but I'm going to tell you something and be straight with every single one of you listening. It's because, but I didn't in the beginning because I didn't know, like I didn't, and I was so obsessed with my baby, right? Like my business is like my baby. And when you're passionate about it and you love it, like you just want to do it all the time. Okay. There's a very big difference from that than being forced to overtime and being forced over and, held late, ordered in early. Like there's a very big difference than that. Okay. And I know you know that. And so I've learned how to leverage my time. Okay. And so, like I said, you can be very impactful with literally just 30 minutes a day. No problem. You really can. If you leverage your time wisely, like you can do that. I have to tell you guys that I was on the road for 9 or 10 months working as an online entrepreneur, in MLM. And And then as I did my switch over from MLM to doing what I'm doing now, which is coaching, I worked my ass off. Like I was, you know, any minute I had while I was on duty and I had a break and like it wasn't against the rules, I was on my phone and I was doing things that were impactful and like helpful. And then on my days off to build that momentum. But I can tell you that right now, I get to make my own schedule, which is amazing because, you know, my fiance, he works like crazy hours because he's a cop, right? And so I just mimic his schedule and it works, you know, when I want to go places, I go and I take my phone. So, cause I take my clients right over the phone. So I can be anywhere and I'm chatting with them. It's no problem. Like I don't have to be in my office. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's huge. I mean, I'll tell you, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
No, awesome. So touching on your coaching, what kind of coaching do you do and how are you, you know, making an impact in people's lives?
Yeah. So basically like, I don't really, I hate labels. Like I'm going to be straight with you. I hate labels. So like I coach people. I don't know. I mean, I'm somewhere between like a business coach and like a mindset coach. Like I'm somewhere in there.
Both?
Yeah, I'm somewhere in there. Basically, like I said, I really like to focus on digging the goods out of people. Like I really want them to see that they're fucking amazing, that they have, you know, a unique set of skills, right? That they don't even know that they have, right? I mean, if you guys follow me on Instagram at all, and I know you do, Alex, like I make rants all the time, and it goes just like this. You're a sheepdog, dude. Like, you have more experience in life, in fucking life, than so many people like I've ever met in my life who are doing business and they're making fucking 7 figures. And you've got 10 times more of experience. And don't think for 1 second that can't be you, right? Yeah. You just have, you know, and so I focus on that, and I focus on teaching people how to put themselves out online, get visible, and really step into that for them to become the leader that they are. A lot of times sheepdogs are leaders, and you know, you're a leader in your community, you might be a leader in your agency, and but it's not translating online. Like you're like this like really like quiet person online, and so like my forte is to be able to transfer that. So you can even call it branding, right?
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so maybe creating an online social presence, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So just going back to the job again, you know, because I want to kind of the differences between the US and here in England. What were the biggest, you know, what was your personal biggest stress in the job?
Being told what to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I mean, not the laws and not the like regulations, right? And I follow SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, and maybe you guys use that acronym as well. But you know, no problem there. It was leadership. It was literally leadership. Like we have good leaders and bad leaders, and I fucking couldn't stand the bad leaders because you know, it just kills you, right? I mean, you guys know that if you've been in like any, even not even law enforcement, right? Just any line of work, when you have a bad leader and you're working directly under a bad leader, like it makes you miserable, right?
Yeah, very true.
And so for me, I just hated working for incompetent people. Like, you know, it's kind of a joke. It's really not a joke, but it's very true. It's like, I was the second highest. I was young, okay? So I was like 20 when I first started, 21, 22. I was the second highest educated person in my agency.
Wow.
And I'm not that experience doesn't trump education. Don't get me wrong, you guys. Like, don't even get me on that rant on like what I think about college and all this shit. But I'm going to tell you what I did learn in college. I learned a ton about leadership. I did. And so I'm like being led by these people who were just terrible. You know, they don't do what I do what I say, and just, you know, micromanage. And for me, that was very difficult. And so I get to be my own. Incompetence is rewarded here. Lee, it's the same thing over here. Don't even worry about it, brother. It's the same fucking shit over here, which is why I got out.
Lee's one of my old sergeants, funny enough.
So then he completely understands. Like, same thing over here.
Yeah, awesome. So how did you plan for business? You know, you're making the transition to go from police officer to entrepreneur. How did you know, what initiative did you take in the planning process of building your business?
Yeah, so the truth would be there was no planning in the beginning. I just kind of, this was before I transitioned. So I'm not talking about don't not have a fucking plan and just quit. Like really do not do that. I don't recommend that. But like when I first, like when I got done MLM, but I was still on the job, I was on the job for about 6 months before I like left. I hired a coach. I hired someone, and I'll be honest, that honestly having direction and having that mentor and having somebody who's done it or who gets you is and can give you strategy and can just honestly can just fucking be there for you is the biggest thing, hands down. That is what has propelled me.
Okay.
And so I like to provide that as well. But you know, I think that there's something to be said, Alex, for somebody, and this is why like I like you and me, I'm biased, but there's something to be said for working with somebody who actually gets what you did though as a cop, right? As a sheepdog, because I was working with people who were trying to take the cop right out of me. And I'm like, wait a minute, because I have this unique set of skills. Don't take it out of me. And they were. And like, I won't lie, you guys, like I got beat down for a while and I got my head all messed up because they were like, oh, you're too masculine. Oh, you swear. Oh, you know, you need to really tone that down. Nobody cares that you were a cop. And for a while, I really toned that down. And
Wow.
yeah. And so now that you see me, like, look, I mean, I hang out with this thin blue line. Like, you know, I'm totally all cop. You guys listen to me swear. And that's just who I am though, right? Like you get on the phone with me and you know, I'm the same girl that you're listening to right now, which is very key, by the way. But you know, a lot of these fucking coaches would try to pull that shit out of me, and so I'm, like I said, I'm quite biased about Alex and I because we know, like, we're not trying to pull that out of you. In fact, I'm trying to like inject that more into you online, so you can stand out and you can be who you are and make money. I mean,
I love it, and you're completely right. I've seen your Instagram posts, and you're exactly the same as you are now on your Instagram posts. So, and I think, you know, that adds a layer of authenticity. And once you start having authenticity, you know, you get more trust, you get more of that bond, that rapport. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's quite bad for people to try and pull the cop out of you when essentially that's what makes you you.
No shit.
So with your branding in business, you know, how important do you think branding is for business, and why do you think it's important?
Yeah. So I think, I'll be honest, like I think branding is absolutely everything. but don't get it twisted. And this is what I tell everyone. Like, I'm not talking about your website. I'm really not. I'm not really talking about that shit. I'm talking about who you are and keeping that consistent. Because and you just hit the nail right on the head about being authentic, right? So it's not that I was never authentic, like, right? I had to tone some shit back, and I felt like when I was toning shit back, I wasn't on brand, if that makes sense. So what would happen is, like, I wouldn't swear, or I would be doing this thing, and you get on the phone with me, not that I'd be completely different, but you could be taken back just a little bit, right? And you'd be like, holy shit, she's like, she doesn't give a shit. Like, who is this girl? Right? And you don't want that, okay? Like, take it from me, don't do what I do. You don't want that. What you want is, when you're writing your posts and you're making your copy, you need to act like you're having a conversation with your friend. Okay? And so I'm just going to plug my phone in. Okay. You want to make sure, you want to act like you're having a conversation like real life, right? And you know, your videos, you don't need to get perfect. Don't dress up. Your videos don't need to be perfect. My videos are not perfect, but I'm going to tell you something. That's where I make all my money. That's where people get to know me. They like me. They trust me. And on video, I'll be honest, you guys, like, that's where I have sold thousands of dollars just off video. They don't even need to talk with me. They're listening to me just like this, because then when they go and they check on my Instagram and they check my Facebook, they're like, oh, she's the same. And that brand is key, right? Showing people what you stand for, letting them know how you're going to help them, and then just being you through that, in my opinion, that's key.
I love that. No, and do you know what? I completely agree. It's more so of like a personal brand, right? Personal brand. So you put yourself out there, and I think if you start to act different to your target market or your audience, people will know, you know, you are looking fake. And the more consistent you are in actually just being you, you know, that it's a win-win. One of my one of the mentors, his name's Tim Han, he said to me once, the best thing about being yourself is that when you are yourself, you'll attract those who love you and you repel those who hate you. So really, you know, it's a win-win, right? Yeah, absolutely. So what platform works for you best with regards to social media?
Yeah, so I love Instagram, and I'll tell you why. So I see that you've grown a Facebook group. Like I'm gonna be transitioning some of my people from Instagram to Facebook because I love the group. I started out on Facebook groups. Like I grew my group. I had like a 1,500 person group, and then I got pissed off and shut it. I just shut it all down. I was like, no, because they weren't my people. They were not my people. They were not pro cop. They were like spiritual liberals that just were driving me nuts, right? And so I'm like, okay, like out, shut it down. And so then I moved over to Instagram. And the thing about Instagram, and I don't know what you guys in the UK, but I know in America, like Facebook can be so clogged with like anti-police that all the cops that I know personally have like deactivated their Facebook, or they don't spend any time on Facebook. They spend all their time on Instagram because they can see what, like, it's very targeted, and it's like they can keep their account like very locked down. Like they can use these names that you would have no idea who they are, and so I found for me, my people are really hanging out on Instagram. So I love Instagram. I do have a Facebook page. I do have like my Facebook. I was really big on Snapchat. Did you do Snapchat?
So I tried it, but I didn't like it. I prefer Instagram. But I know Snapchat was huge, but I know Instagram's upped its game a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. So exactly. And that's what I was going to say. So I had about like 100 people on Snapchat, which was that was pretty significant. But when I transitioned over to Instagram, they have the stories. Like I'm all about the stories because I love to show people like behind the scenes. Like I want to show you real life shit because when I was getting started, nobody was doing that. It was all, and it still is, like you're perfect, posed, and here's my granite countertops in my beautiful home. And it's like they were at their fucking like great aunts. You know what I mean? It wasn't even theirs and shit like that. So I just like to show people that, right? Like so I was telling you earlier, but I'll tell everybody. So I was like building my funnel, and I literally spent like a week in this chair building this fucking funnel. And like on my Instagram, you would see like I'd have a glass of wine and my computer, my desk was a mess. And I'd be like, guys, this is real life. Like this is not fake bullshit. Like this is what it's like to be an entrepreneur, right? Who's at home and who's hustling. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, and like Lee said, Instagram did introduce stories to get people away from Snapchat. It works because the people that see my Snapchat stories, I mean, I'm killing it on the amount of people that are seeing that versus Snapchat. So I just don't even give a shit about Snapchat anymore.
Wow. Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. So tell me a bit. So you've mentioned about funnels recently, and I know this is kind of your speciality actually. So do you want to talk about a bit how you market to your customers and how you generate leads?
Yeah. Okay. So this is one of my favorite things, funnels, but it's I don't know if anybody who's watching this live or in the replay, just let me know if you've ever heard of a funnel because I need to know. It's like huge. You need to have. So here's the thing is that there are several different kinds of funnels, and I promise you every business that's actually making money has a funnel. It just depends on what their funnel is. A funnel is just like a marketing process. That's all that it is. It's how you're getting your leads, and it's how you're getting in front of them, and then it's how they're paying you, and like what service you're offering and how they're like paying you. That's really what a funnel is. But what I've been doing for me is to leverage that is I've created lower price, kick-ass product, like a fucking amazing product, but at a lower cost, because what I was finding was, because working with me one-on-one, obviously you're going to have the most impact. Like you've had a one-on-one coach, you have your clients like me, I mean, that's where I see the most dramatic change, but not everybody has that amount of money, you
Mm-hmm.
know, up front. And not everybody trusts you yet. Like, they need to learn to trust you. And so I have like a $27 product after they come and they come on my page and they watch like they have 2 free trainings they get to listen to or watch, whatever they want to do, get to know me. If they like what I'm saying, they go down and they're gonna buy a $27 product. That's going to change their life. Like, if they implement, it will change their life. And then what happens from there, you guys, is that we continue this relationship. So either through email or social media, and they get to know me. And so the next time I'm like you, hey, I'm having a live event. Hey, I've got this thing. Hey, I have one-on-one. I have an opening for one-on-one. Then people are like, get me in. I want to do that. And when you have a funnel that is evergreen, meaning like you use ads or however you promote, and then you have more time. Like, that's how you can leverage, and that's how you can scale your company. Because what a lot of coaches are teaching you, which is okay in the beginning, and I've did it in the beginning, but it doesn't allow for you to scale, is for you to just be here and be like, hey guys, I have this offer, and like be every single day live. Like, I have this offer, I have this offer, I have this offer. Why would you do that when you can make it evergreen and hands off? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, completely agree. So what's the $27 product? What is that? Give us some insight into that.
Yeah. Okay. So and I just created it's like fresh in my head. So, but I'm still like burnt out from it, you guys. Like, you just don't understand. Like, I need you to understand how, like, because anyways, it was really intense. But so for like my $27 product that I have, so you come onto my page and you're gonna listen to me. You're gonna listen to me tell you that, like, a training on, you don't have to have a business, okay? Because that's a fear that all my cops have, like all my sheepdogs have, is like, well, I don't have a business, so you can't help me. And then my next training is, time out. Guess how I can help you, even if you don't have a business and you just want to grow a presence online. And then I teach them what you can do by being an influencer online. So even if you don't have a business, you guys, but you just want to build something right now, start becoming a targeted influencer online, because you can make money and you can build relationships. And then when you decide that you want to launch this thing, drop this thing, guess what? You've got a distribution channel, you got people who know, like, and trust you, and you can make money, right? So you have that free training, no opt-in necessary, you just go watch it. Then if you like that and you're like, okay, how do I do that? Like, I'm ready to go and I'm hungry. So for $27, what I've created for sheepdogs is it's a hashtag guide. So I compiled 75 hashtags for Instagram for, like, specifically sheepdogs, which I wish somebody would have done for me when I first started, because that took me fucking a year and so many hours, like thousands of hours to find. But I've got 75 hashtags targeted for sheepdogs, a guide on how to use it. It's an audio course and a PDF. And then I was like, well, okay, so they have these hashtags, but like, how are they going to get seen? So then I went and I created this influencers guide. So I've got top 20 influencer profiles, all compiled, that you get to reach out to. They know you're coming, because if you tell them that I sent you, they know you're coming. Some are free. Like, there are some really big fucking pages that you can actually get shouted out on for free because you're a sheepdog. Yeah, and some are paid, but the paid ones aren't that expensive, you guys. Like, you just throw $10 at them, and like, you're getting new followers, you're getting new leads. It's very reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I put that together. That's a book, and then an audio course on, like, what to do and how to do it. And then as a fast action bonus right now, until I sell it, I just launched this morning, okay, guys? And then I put together like an audit. So a social media do-it-yourself 20-page, it's a 22-page 8-step audit. So go through your social media and be like, am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right? What the hell? You know, why aren't people talking to me? I'm posting and nobody gives a shit. So I put that together for $27. And the reason why, because like at first people are like, Autumn, that's a lot to put together for $27. Like, are you kidding with me right now? Because and you know that, Alex, I mean, the value on something like that's quite a bit, but here's the thing, you guys, is like when you are hanging out with people you love, you don't care. You're like, look, you don't have a lot of money to throw at this. Here, just let me help you. And that's
Yeah.
it. So that's what I did.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So we run a 1-day event, and that's £97, which, you know, this
Nothing.
we don't make anything on that. And the reason for that is because we want to give police officers this, you know, there's a different life if you're so, you know, unhappy in the job, if you're you know, getting frustrated with the processes. And you're completely right. When you start wanting to, you know, I've got a quote, it's choose your clients as you would your friends.
Yep.
And by that, you actually get a bit of more, you know, not protective, but actually you want to give them more value so that they can raise up a little bit more. So yeah, your sales process, Autumn, do you actually, you know, do you pick up the phone at all or anything like that? Or is it basically online?
No. So I mean, so as you keep going through the funnel, there's a couple of different things. So I offer an email coaching. I'll go over your audit for you, so it's customized. So I haven't gotten on the phone with them at that point. The next step is they work with me one-on-one in a 60 to 90 minute intensive.
Mm-hmm.
That at that point we're getting on the phone. And then from there, if they're a good fit, if I feel like they're a good fit for me, if I feel like I can help them and I feel like they really need it, then I'll offer them. I'm on the phone with them, and that's when I'll be like, hey, I have this 6-week package or whatever works for them. Like, I'm really not of the belief that for coaching anyways, like you have to have like these set in stone things. I really truly believe in customization because that's what's going to work, right? Like if I really think that you need only 6 weeks, I'm not going to try to go sell you on a 3-month package. It's just not who I am.
Yeah.
That's integrity. But not every coach is like that, I promise you, because I've been sold on shit and I was done halfway through and I had paid like $10,000 for this coach. And yeah, it was crazy shit, just crazy shit.
Wow.
And like halfway through the coaching, I didn't need it anymore. It was a waste of time, you know, but she was just like, well, that's all I have. And I was blinded by the light, is like what I'd like to call it. And I was like, okay, you know. So yeah, so that's when I get on the phone. So after somebody wants to, you know, when they want to work with me, like an intensive, like, right, like we'll get on the phone, even if they want to just chat for a few minutes, like I'll do like what like people will call a discovery call. I'm not sure what you call it. Yeah. So I'll hop on the phone with someone for 10 to 15 minutes, but you got to be careful at that point too, because some people think that that's like a coaching call.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Protect your time, right?
Yeah. So you got to, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And a lot of people, you know, who aren't in business think you need money to start a business. Like you need this capital intensive kind of chunk of money. What advice would you give to any of the police officers in the group to get over that mindset?
Yeah. Start building a social media presence. And you don't so here's the thing about business, right? Especially online. All you need is a distribution channel. And it's kind of like, are you guys familiar with Oprah over there?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I figured everyone is, but so you got to think about Oprah. Okay. Oprah created her own distribution channel. Back when she started, there was no internet. So what did she do? She went and became she started her TV show. Okay. And right out the gate, she wasn't anything great. Like, don't forget that. Like, she worked years and years and years to become who she is. Okay.
Yeah.
But what she did create is she created an audience that loved her, and she created a distribution channel. So anytime she wanted to sell something or anybody wanted to sell something, right, they would pay her probably to come on her show, or she would get a percentage of whatever she was about to sell. Her distribution channel was her audience, right? And so like my mentor, Russell Brunson, like he was talking about, I'll quote him directly, he said that there have actually been companies that would go, they would shut down because they would go on Oprah and they would say like, hey, we have this product, like we're going to pretend it's this chapstick. And Oprah would literally go, oh my God, I love this chapstick. You guys, you got to try it. The company would sell out instantly. And the reason why was because she was an influencer and she had a distribution channel. Okay. And so here's the great thing about online. You can create that for free. Get on Instagram, get on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, create a blog, start, a podcast, start a video blog on YouTube, whatever whatever makes you happy, just start helping people, and you can do it for free now. And you'll start, you know, and then like, if you're working the job, and you can just put a little bit of money aside, and just put a little money aside, and put a little money aside, you know, good. Because at some point when you're ready to get very serious about it, I do think you're going to need some guidance. I'll be honest. Because I know that I did. Because when I tried to do it by myself, I was broke. And nobody was coming to hang out with me. Nobody was listening to me because I didn't know. I didn't have strategy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. So your mindset from back when you was a cop to how you are now, so police officer to entrepreneur, how differently is your thinking? What's changed in your mindset?
Oh, well, I can tell you that I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of personal development. You know, you and I've chatted prior about Tony Robbins. Like when I was a cop, the thing about becoming a cop, and here's the thing, you guys, you know, and I say this for my sheepdogs, right, is we work with that really bad 5%, 3 to 5% of society over and over and over again. So what happens? We become jaded. We become negative. We don't see that the whole world isn't bad. We don't see, you know, that, you know, there are great leaders in the world, and that we don't see that we have all these options. Like we don't see that as police officers. We get tunnel vision, and we just really, you know, because we wake up and we get in the mundane, and we have our routines, and you know, and as a cop, like that's, you become a very negative. You do. Okay. I mean, there's books called like Emotional Survival in Law Enforcement. Have you guys heard of that? Yeah. So there was this book, and it's actually like required in like all academies through America now. It's called Emotional Survival in Law Enforcement. You can get it on Amazon. It's super cheap. I can't think of the author right now, but it basically it'll tell you like year 1 to 3, here's how you feel. Year 5 to 7, here's how you feel. Whatever. But it's a really good book. So if you're still a police officer, you should probably pick that book up, because it'll tell you why you feel the way that you feel. Anyways, I think that my mindset is now more open, and I'm more excited, and I'm more like, there's so much more possible, right? But here's the great thing. Here's the thing I love about cops, and I love about sheepdogs. Like, we all have this like drive. Like you had a drive to become a police officer. Well, that same drive is going to benefit you 10 times more as an entrepreneur, because you get to help yourself now. Like you're not working for somebody who might be a really bad leader, or who might be able to, you know, control everything that you do. You don't have that. What you have is you get to work for yourself. And so get up every day and be driven and ready to go, and don't lose that, you know, don't lose that edge, because that's what's going to make you, you know, that, and your discipline and your integrity, all of that stuff is going to make you an amazing business owner, an amazing leader, you know, in the world. And don't lose that. Yeah.
No, awesome. And so the next question, you've tied it into it already, but what skill sets have helped you personally from being a police officer to now an entrepreneur, whether that's resilience or teamwork, in what helped you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like being tenacious, right? So as a business owner, you're going to get knocked down. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's easy peasy and you're not going to get knocked down. Like you're totally going to get knocked down. And that's why you want to have a mentor that like is there for you, and who knows what you've been through, right? Like knows your history and knows that, you know, you can do it, right? So you're going to get knocked down. So being tenacious has really helped me. But I would really say that my people skills, like from being a cop, like the psychology, and, you know, just being able to read people. And so that's really helped me with my buyer's psychology. So I really got into the heads of, okay, well, what do people want? What can I give them? And what are their problems, right? Like I need to touch on their problems, and so like as a police officer, right? Like we're always looking for the problem. We're problem solvers. We're trained problem solvers. So we're always looking for that problem anyways. It's just, I don't know, like I get on a call with somebody, and what would take a lot of coaches hours, it takes me 15 minutes, because I'm just looking for the problem, scanning, right? Okay, there's the problem. Okay, here's the solution. And so for me, my problem solving skills, my people skills have really fucking helped me. You know, my tenacity, my discipline, my integrity. Because you could, I mean, business is just, I don't know. You just need to be full of integrity. That's all I'm going to say about that.
No, I agree. No, I completely agree. Okay, so since you know, being in business, what would you say was the one challenging time that really like kind of got to you?
Well, let's see. One time, I mean, there's like, I can tell you about, let me tell you about 2 times because I think everyone needs to hear this.
Okay.
You're going to have haters. Like when you start putting yourself out there, you're going to have haters. And there was a woman who she actually, I worked with her like very extensively and for like 8 weeks or something. And she was the kind of person who would cancel a lot and she would not show up for her calls but expect me to like jump whenever she came back. Right. And
yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, I run a business. We're not friends. Like I run a business. If you, you know, and like, and there's boundaries there. And anyway, she ended up like just being awful mean after and like saying like really nasty things just because and it had nothing to do with me. Like I realized it after. It was everything to do with her. Like her life was a mess, but she just was looking for a scapegoat, you know? But like but you take that so personally, especially when you're your own brand, you know, and you just take it so personally. And so that took me a long time to get over and be like, oh my gosh, like, okay, so I'm really not this shitbag. Like I just kept thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm a shitbag. I'm a terrible person. And it really wasn't that. So like when you have a hater, you just have to know that that's coming. Like it's coming.
Yeah.
And you know, like, and the second thing really was when, you know, and I touched upon it earlier, but I'm going to say it again because this is so fucking important. Like I cannot say this enough is, you know, when I worked with these coaches that really tried to beat out of me who I really was, you know, stop being so masculine, stop being so, you know, don't swear, don't say the F word. But you guys, here's the thing. If I see a company that swears for me, and when I see that they swear, I'll buy whatever they're selling, I'm buying. I'm like, okay, you just said the F word. I love you. But that, and you know what? That has attracted so many people to me. That has repelled a ton, but it's attracted the people that love me. And here's the thing I can tell you about that. My people, they don't give a shit what I'm selling. They're buying. I've changed my niche several times because of these coaches. Okay. These people telling me not to be who I am. And I got a little sidetracked. Okay. Yeah. But my people come and they hang out with me and they buy from me. I've taught business. I've taught mindset. I've taught spirituality. I've taught virtual self-defense. And guess what? They still hang out with me. Like I still have repeat clients. And you know why? It's because of going back to that branding of I was just who I am, right? But not to get off track. That's a lesson. And I really want everyone to I want that to sink into your head because you don't let somebody tell you who you are. Even in this online world, just don't let them. And you know, there's a quote that's coming to my head right now. And it's by Rebecca Campbell. And she's an author. I don't know if you guys, she's from Australia, but she's living in the UK. Okay. And she just, she says, forge a path, don't follow. And if there's any piece of advice I can leave you with, it is truly that. Do not follow, because if you follow the trends and you follow all these people that make it look good, you're so living out of, you're not authentic and you're not true to you, and you're going to be miserable. And then you're going to go, I fucking need to get back in the job, or I need to do something different because I hate this online business, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It doesn't have to be like that.
Okay, awesome. I love that. And what you touched on there, I think ultimately people buy from people. Yes. And, you know, you've done all those kind of niches, but essentially they're buying to you, right? You've got that trust. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And you've already touched on mentors. So this is one of the questions I wanted to ask you. But how have mentors helped you personally, you know, achieve your level of success?
Yeah, so here's the thing. And a mentor, in my opinion, and I'm not just saying this, I can literally show you in my business where when I had a mentor, I was this successful, and I can measure my success, and I can show you the amount of money that I've made. So like when I've had mentors, for the most part, I've been really successful. When I didn't have a mentor, sometimes I wasn't as successful, okay? Until I got it. Like I had to learn some shit. Like I had to get my foundation like built. You know, I had to lay that foundation. So like once you know your brand and your niche and you know, your marketing strategy and your mindset's on point, once you have that foundation, you can, then it's okay. Like, you know, you can pick up a mentor as you can afford it or as you see fit. But like in the very beginning, it really just kind of depends on how all in you are, right?
Mm.
Like, so I'm a girl who's all in. Like if I like it, I'm all in. You know,
Yeah.
I'm Italian as they come. So like there's no gray for me. Black and white, and that's it. Yes or no, I'm in or I'm not. And that's how it is for me. And so if you're all in, hire that mentor and go for it, right? Like and don't think that you can just do it all by yourself. Cops, we tend to be stubborn as fuck, right? Like we do. We are. Like we are.
Yeah,
I'm the queen of stubborn. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like you just have to know that you're going to get there 10 times faster if you're listening to somebody who's done it, right? And somebody who gets you. Like, don't make that mistake of going and hiring, like, and I'm telling you from experience, okay, because I've done this. Yeah. I went and worked with, I paid $10,000 for this coach. You know what I didn't know, you guys? Here, let me just tell you what I didn't know. I didn't know her ex-husband was a cop, and she fucking hates cops. I had no idea. And here I am trying to build my brand, and she's like, you know, like, why are you bringing? Nobody cares that you're a cop. Like nobody wants that. And I'm like, but what I didn't know, Alex, was that she fucking hates the cops, and I spent so much money, you know, because who she came across as online was like so. I thought it was great, and then I found out she hated cops. Like, what the fuck? It's terrible.
That's hilarious.
He's crying. Yeah, so don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure whoever you're gonna work with is fucking gets you and supports you. Don't do that.
That's a very good piece of advice. So what does entrepreneurship mean to you as a person?
Well, it kind of goes back to a couple of things. Okay, so it goes back to everything I've been talking about. I love to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That is the ultimate thing for me. Freedom. I need freedom. Like I crave it. Mm-hmm. But also leadership, right? So I really am very passionate about being a role model for people and being that person that somebody can lean on. I didn't have that, right? So as I've kind of forging my own path, and as I've explained, you know, I didn't have that. I didn't have somebody who got me. Like, they didn't understand why, like, I have anxiety, like, when I go out, and, like, sometimes, like, I'm a wicked big people person, and I love, like, events, but, like, you know, multiple thousand people events, like Tony Robbins events, as much as I love Tony, like, my mentors, I couldn't understand. Like, I have anxiety because I'm, like, ready to fucking, like, I'm ready to, like, whip my firearm out if I have to, right? Like, I'm ready to, like, I'm, like, on edge because as a cop, like, that's the mentality that's, like, in my head, you know? And you know, when I really didn't want to work with, like, people who didn't like cops, and, like, my mentors didn't realize that, right? And so, you know, being a leader and being that person and being able to do what I want to do and be able to show up as who I am authentically. I mean, like, let's be real. The last thing I just want to say is, like, I keep driving it in your head, but, you know, as a cop, like, you don't get to be who you are. Like, let's be real. You get to be who society needs you to be. You get to be the person who has got to have, you know, this face of steel with no emotion, and you just got to do your job. But that's not real, right? And eventually that takes a toll on us emotionally. And Miss Emotional over here, it really did for me. And so now I'm like, nope, I'm gonna be who I am. And, like, when I'm mad, when something upsets me, like, obviously I need to do it in a more of a professional manner, but I'm going to let my people know, because it just brings us closer together, right? Like, when I want to, like, you saw a story that, just so for everyone listening, there was a story about the suicide rate in America is crazy. I know it's a lot like the UK, but the suicide rate in police officers are, it's astounding. It's, we lost like over 150 officers last year to suicide that nobody wants to fucking talk about, but everyone wants to talk about how they're getting ambushed. And it, obviously I respect that, but I mean, we've got a silent killer epidemic going on. And I truly believe it's because they're, as a police, I get so fired up about this because like we need to serve our brother and our sisters who are serving and protecting our country, right? Like we don't have the things in place that need to be there. We don't have the support, and these people, they're not feeling like they can be who they are, and they're feeling like remember how I told you I felt like I was like suffocating because I just felt like they were just like they were closing like this grip on me, and I really feel like that's what's going on with these officers, right? And so I on Instagram, like I went off on that. I was pissed. I'm like, all right, like we need to do something. Like holy shit. And like because I said that, you should have seen what all of my people, they were like, thank you, like I love you, this, I couldn't agree more. And I was like, and if I was a cop, I wouldn't have been able to do that, right? Like I can say now what all the cops on duty want to say, right? Like I can fucking go off and I can be that person for them, and I can be a voice for them that they couldn't say when they're on the road. But I can. I'm like, don't worry, guys, I got you, because I know exactly what you want to say, and I'm gonna fucking say it. So for me, you know, that's huge. To me, that's everything. To me, everything.
No, amazing. So you can be yourself. You've got the freedom. You can do what the hell you want now, basically.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So any officer who's watching this, who's going to watch the preview, and they are really unhappy with their jobs. They want to get paid their worth. They want to start to maybe start looking at life in a different way, to start to live life on their terms, but they're frightened, and it's fear. Going in business is a fearful thing to do. What advice would you give to someone who's maybe depressed, who's got anxiety, who's doesn't want to go into the shifts, who's dealing with that level of stress? What advice would you give to UK officers who might watch this, who are looking?
Well, first of all, I just want to tell you that I was just like you. The person that you just described was me. Like I was having anxiety attacks on the job because I hated so much of the shit, right? And like I felt all of that. And to be really honest with you, I can't tell you how many nights I'd be crying in my cruiser. I'd park somewhere and I'd be bawling my eyes out. Nobody knew this. Like this is totally like nobody knew this shit. But I hated it so bad because I couldn't be who I was. I couldn't be who I was anymore. And I just felt literally like I was suffocating. And so I just want to tell that person who could understand that. Like, I just want to tell you that here's what got me through, and you can get through this. And here's what got me through is I focused on personal development. Like I listened in my cruiser over and over and over again, Tony Robbins. I'd listen to Gary Vaynerchuk. He was really big. Russell Branson is really big over there. I love Russell Branson. I'd listen to my mentors, Russell Brunson. He's the founder of ClickFunnels. Like I love him, but I would listen to people who would inspire me, who would motivate me, who would let me know that I was so much better than what my circumstances were right now, and that this was just temporary, And so, I really fully believe like keeping that shit on auto, like just have it with you, be listening, have that kind of support, staying in a place like this group where you have support, people are doing it, you can do it, and to really reach out. Because as cops, again, we really just think that, no, I got this, I can handle this, I got this, I'm tough, right? And it's like, yeah, you are tough, you're tough as fucking nails. Like don't get it twisted. But sometimes other people can just see what you can't. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, like that's really important. And when everything changed for me was when I hired my first mentor. And it just changes. What changed for me was I felt like I had a chance, right? Like I felt like I could. That's what changed for me, Alex, was I went from I have to spend the next 25 years like this or the next 20 years like this. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just a cop. And I went from all these negative thoughts to, I think I might be able to do this. Like, how cool would it be if I did this? And then when you just make that simple switch, everything changes, because then you're going on the uphill instead of going on the downhill.
Wow, that's amazing. Honestly, that's so inspiring. I know that's going to resonate with so many officers in this group, and it's really inspiring to hear that actually, the same things are going on in the UK. The US, that's happening here in the UK. So where can people reach out to you?
Yeah, so come hang out with me on Instagram. So you guys can obviously friend request me on Facebook, no problem. But I hang out on Instagram. So and I'll post it if it's okay with you, Alex. I'll just put it in the comments. But I'm the Lady Sheepdog on Instagram, and come hang out with me and private message me and just say hey if you want to, and just pay attention to my stories, because my stories they'll tell it all. Like, I'll show you real life, like what it's like. And yeah, I really hope somebody somewhere might get like a good little nugget from this interview, and that if there's anybody truly, like, if there's anybody just feeling like they're not good enough or that they don't have like the knowledge, I just really want to give you a virtual kick in the ass and tell you, you are a fucking sheepdog, dude. Like, you have so much to offer. You're, more than firearms and more than, all that. Like, you have people skills, you have interview skills, you have integrity, like you have perseverance, right? Like, you have discipline, you have everything you need to be fucking amazing. You just need to put yourself out there. And the only thing left that I won't keep going, but here's something, because Alex, you said something a few minutes ago, and like a lot of cops are kind of afraid or nervous to put themselves out there. Here's the beautiful thing about Instagram, you guys. Here's the beautiful thing about business, is there are so many profiles that we don't even know who the fuck the owner is. You can go create this brand, and you can create a brand name that nobody, it doesn't have to be like Alex, like, well, you see Alex and I, but like Alex has a company, Shifts to Success. Like, if he didn't want to be the face of it, he wouldn't have to, right? And like, you can do the exact same thing. So don't let that stop you from like trying to grow online and grow on social media. And like, that's not it won't be hard. It's actually, I think it could be even easier, because then people are going to buy into whatever your company's name is versus buying into you as a person. So just something for you to think about, because I'm not going to let you use that as an excuse.
No, that's a great tip. I completely agree. That's a really good tip, actually. Yeah. So awesome. No, thank you so much for your time. It's about an hour of your time today. What time is it there, by the way?
I don't know. I think it might be like 11 or about 11 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure people ask questions as they rewatch it, and yeah, if there's anything I can do, please reach out to the group, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been so much fun. And if anybody has any questions, comment below. Like, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm ask Alex. I'm this fucking person who's feisty and who's gonna swear. I'm this person right here. As I am when you DM me, when you get on phone me, anything like that. So as you get to know me, I just don't, if somebody has a question, or if somebody can just be like, Autumn, like, holy fuck, like, you cried in your cruiser, I cried in my cruiser, like, even just, like, that's cool, just let me know, because you're not alone. And I refuse, like, I am so big on, I don't want anybody else to become a statistic, right? Yeah. So, I'm really big on that. So thanks, Adam, for being here. Lee, I know you were here live. I'm sure there was a couple of other people, but again, any questions? I'm going to post that link for Sheepdogs, Alex, because I want people to understand that I'm not just this crazy lady.
Yes. No, absolutely. Thank you so much. You've been so bloody inspiring. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I love being here. So thank you so much.
All right. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.